Hey, it's Dan. Welcome back. You're watching iAllegedly. And I'm at a very cool spot today. I'm at a place called the Wedge. And this is in Newport Beach, California. And it is a very famous boogie boarding spot. And the cool thing about this is that the jetty that was built here years ago is at an angle that makes it so that the waves get very big here. And there's a lot of surfers and a lot of people come out here, but it's really incredible because you get really large waves, but they break right on the shore. So very cool, but a lot going on in the news today we want to cover. And before I get into it, please take a second to hit the like button, please hit the subscribe button, and let's get into it. This is a very cool place to walk around and to just relax and see the sights. This in Newport Beach is just across the bay from Corona del Mar. But driving wise, it looks very close, but to get around the peninsula and around everything, it takes about 45 minutes to get from here to there. So, brings up the first story, and that is from none other than Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett, in 1999, someone asked him, what's the secret to getting wealthy like you, to get riches like a person like yourself? And he said it's compound interest. But they asked him about that story again recently, and he said, listen, after you get a certain amount of wealth, you would trade things for more time, more years, more time with your kids, more activities, more longevity as far as years. So he said, I would trade things in a second that I have for certain things in my life. So after certain amounts of wealth, it gets to become that it's too much and that you can do anything. Well, I'd buy baseball teams and, cities, and I'd do fun stuff like that. And I'd kind of solve homeless and hunger problems, but that's just me. Anyways, you guys agree with that? Is there too much wealth in the world? Can people become too wealthy right now? We've talked a lot about this insane real estate. And as I walk out here, okay, across the bay, I don't know if you guys can see it with this camera angle, but there's a ton of properties that are being worked on right on the water. And the cool thing about some of these areas is that they've got drive down private beaches that they can't say are private beaches, but they sure do frown upon people showing up there if you don't live there. So anyways, really cool stuff that's here right in the water. See, what's different about this place is the waves break right on the sand. And the waves are very small today. I've seen them so much bigger. And because of the angle of the jetty, they get just really, really big surf here. It's kind of overcast this morning, but again, just a beautiful place to come sit, hang out. As people are enjoying this. See how it pulls in and then breaks right on the shore? It's really, really crazy and hairy, and just, you really need to be a skilled surfer or boogie boarder to be out here. One thing I love to see is different statistics that people send me about the economy, different facts and things like that. First things first, driving to Texas was amazing. It was a great experience. But gas here in California is outrageous. Today, the average price for an unleaded gallon of gas is $4.35 a gallon. $4.35 a gallon. Now, people in Texas, we paid $3, $2.99 all over the place. People complained that gas had gone up as much as $1.25 in Texas over the last year, but you're not paying $4.35 for it. So there's that. So, what do you guys think? Think that's high? I paid just under $4.35 today, and I thought I got a deal. So it's crazy. I'm walking through the other side of the peninsula. some of the open beach areas that you can set up camp on and hang out for the day. And certain docks are open, certain docks, I guess this one's saying it's closed today, but you can fish off some of these docks. It's kind of cool. The next stat is 4 in 10 workers, when asked if they want to go back to work at their job in the office, have said no. Now, here's the thing. People like the freedom. People have enjoyed that. There are 2 types of workers in the world, 2. And this goes for students as well. There are people with a good work ethic and people with a bad work ethic. And I've had people argue this with me all the time. Oh, you can teach somebody a good work ethic. No, either people wake up on time, either people, get their projects done when they're supposed to, either people, ask questions up front and not at the 11th hour, and they're productive. Those are the people that could work anywhere. They could work on this grass right here if you told them to work there. So it doesn't make a better difference. But the work ethic, some people just like not having to go in the office. Some people hate people too. Some people don't want to be around other people. So there's a lot of people that flourish when they work by themselves. So, what do you guys think about this? Do you think that some people are just lazy and don't want to be around others? Or do you think this really is something where people are going to be more productive? Now, I know this law firm, I've talked about it a bunch, where they've gotten more clients, more productivity, nobody's showing up late to the office because everybody's working via Zoom from their house. And it's been incredible for the law firm. Think about it. Mary can drive her kids to school, drop them off. If she's 15 minutes late, she doesn't have to worry about LA traffic getting to the office. It's just non-existent. The next thing is that there is a rash of people that are quitting jobs. There was a Burger King recently that had a crazy story where the owner made them work through the weekend, nonstop, as many hours as they could, and everybody quit on Monday morning, and they put the sign up that we all quit and left the owner high and dry. So again, frustrating. Workers need to be appreciated during this time. My son worked, and now I can talk about it because it hasn't worked anymore, worked at Dunkin' Donuts in Irvine, California, and the customers were horrible, the staff was horrible, and the one thing I got a kick out of is that people did not thank him. They would go for shifts and days where they would keep records of how many people said thank you when they got their order. Now, I don't know if it was just the snooty neighborhood. I don't know what it was. But don't you sit there and you get your soda? Hey, thank you very much. Have a great day. Don't you do that? Because I do that all the time. I go out of my way to talk to people and appreciate them and thank them. And they would have days where they didn't have that. He works someplace else now, and everybody's great. It's complete night and day. So, we laughed about it, but I also think people need an experience where you go through and you learn what good customer service is, what a good boss is, what a good work environment is. People need to see a little bit of everything. People quit too easily. So, share your thoughts on this, guys. What do you guys think about this? Do you think people quit too easy? Do you think they have it too, they give up? I don't know. I think that we live in this complaining community, this Yelp community where everybody gets upset and everybody gives their 2 cents on what's good and what's bad, and they're the first ones to complain about stuff, and it's horrific. When I was in the entertainment industry, we were pitched a show about people that complain, and they're professional complainers, and I found the people to be repugnant. I found them to be complete degenerates. Imagine someone that walks into a room and before they got their food had 26 complaints about the restaurant. Do you want that person in your restaurant? I don't. And then the guy that they picked was a guy that wore an ascot, okay? So again, if you're a lord of an English country or you're a douche, you can wear an ascot. But again, when have you ever met anybody who wore an ascot? This clown, okay, wore an ascot, and he was a professional complainer. So I'm sure that the women found him thoroughly unattractive as well. But please share your thoughts. I'd like to know what you think about that. I've always loved walking through the peninsula down here because it's got a feeling like the Hamptons. It's just really beautiful down here and really nice. But a lot of memories from when I was a kid and stuff. Next story is about Adam Newman. Adam Newman was the CEO of WeWork before he got ousted. And there's a book called The Cult of We. And I thought this guy was a complete clown from the beginning. He tried to tell us that renting an office space and then subdividing it, renting it out and having free love in the office was a technology company. So needless to say, this guy's got a feeder for the pigeons, which is kind of nice. But anyways, Mr. Newman went and raised hundreds of millions of dollars. He sold $500 million worth of stock in his own company, bought 8 houses, and hired a full-time surfing coach that basically lived with him and was there full-time. Now, again, guys, I don't begrudge what people spend their money on. I think that some idiots get a lot of it and, you know, buy $900 pairs of socks. I just think that's what stupid people do. So the fact that this guy hired a full-time surfing instructor is crazy. You know what's funny is Huntington Beach, where my friend lives, there's a restaurant that has some of the greatest surfing legends ever that are on the Surfing Hall of Fame. These guys own the place. They work there. You could go hang out there, and these guys just love to surf, that they'd surf with you for free. So I got a kick out of it when people pay people exorbitant funds to learn things like surfing. So anyways, I hate WeWork. I always hated it. I would have mixers for my medical conferences and my medical association that I created. And WeWork pitched us over and over and over again. And the problem that I had with WeWork was that when you go into a work environment, you have the center areas where people sit around and hang out. I have no problem with that. But what I have a problem with is, you know, people on a beanbag, people just talking, hey, what are you working on? What's up today? You know, what? Go away, F off, okay? You know, so we would have mixers that they would charge me for, and we would rent the area out. And because of the free love environment, we couldn't turn their people away. So we would cater it. We'd have food, we'd have alcohol, we'd have beer and wine, and these degenerates would show up because one guy spent, you know, $100 a month to get access to the building, and he would use it as a, you know, Wednesday night food night on my dime. So I had problems with that. So anyways, WeWork was ridiculous. They didn't own the spaces, they rented it out. It's like Regis, only they think it's cooler, but nothing gets done. So share your thoughts, guys. You guys think WeWork was a technology company? Did you think that it was going to be this great venture? I think it's still a joke. I hate it, and I think all these places have suffered over the last year tremendously, and rightfully so. Now, because I'm kind of heated, let's talk about Civility. Civility is dead right now. I had someone send me an article, and the title of the article was WTF is going on with student loan forbearance. And I'm like, oh, this can't be real. Well, yeah, it's a real article, guys. Check it out. The link's below. But imagine a major publication talking about WTF is going on with student loans and the deferment. You know, people need to get ready for student loans to have to make the payments in October. Are you ready? But I'm like, you know, this is what's wrong with the world. This is what's wrong with people being kind to one another and people thinking that it's okay to just talk that way and write that way and put that way out on a, you know, on a national paper. Now, this is probably some crappy magazine that, you know, the guy's mom reads, his idiot cousin, people like that. But share your thoughts, guys. Do you agree with me? Civility is dead. People are not kind anymore. People go out of their way to complain. People just are just not nice right now. And people wonder why they can't meet other people. And idiot friends of mine that can't date or don't get dates, you know, wonder why you have such a problem. Anyways, you guys know who you are there. Watch me. Up next is something about Major League Baseball. The Cleveland Indians. The Cleveland Indians have been around forever. And had good years, had bad years. You know, right now they're doing okay. The movie Major League was made about the Cleveland Indians, how bad they were, and they made a couple of sequels from that. Fun movies, Wild Thing, Charlie Sheen, you know, all that stuff. It was funny. Well, now, because of political pressure, they've changed the name from the Cleveland Indians to the Cleveland Guardians. The Guardians of the Galaxy. I mean, come on, guys. This is getting ridiculous at this point, okay? Cleveland Guardians of the Galaxy. I added that part, by the way. So I guess Groot's gonna show up, and that little raccoon that the handsome dude plays, Bradley Cooper, and you're gonna have a thin down Chris Pratt who left his wife and anyways got skinny. What do you guys think? Cleveland Guardians, what do you guys think? I want your opinion. Do you care about that? Is it too much? Am I completely off base and this is, damn, it was needed for so long, okay? Like the Washington Redskins are now the Washington football team because they can't come up with a name yet, okay? You guys notice all the construction sound around here? Because the rich are fixing their stuff up, I guess, okay? Next thing is forbearance. I do not believe these numbers at all, but the Wall Street Journal did a story that the Biden administration is trying to get people in forbearance to get their house payment lowered by 25%. Well, it would be a scene out of Bewitched, man. Bloop, you know, come on. Everybody to lower their house payment by 25%, that's crazy, okay? So, again, you go out and you make the commitment to buy a home, and your payment is X. And if you have an adjustable note, the payment can go from here to here. And a lot of people don't sit there and do the math on that. Honey, what's the worst this payment could be? Oh my gosh, could go up thousands of dollars a year. A lot of people don't do that. But now that the shenanigans with COVID is done and the pandemic's ending, you're starting to see people that are worried about their mortgage because they estimate that just over 2 million people are behind in their mortgage 90 days, which is laughable. If you believe it's only 2 million people, gosh, guys, 2 million people behind and in forbearance. I don't believe that at all. Not if it would save my life do I believe that. So you're gonna see these people that are in real trouble and they think that something's going to be done in the next 2 weeks to fix this. No way. No way. It's going to be a foreclosure festival. These banks are going to destroy your credit. And again, if people didn't do forbearance right, their credit's already done. That was explained to me in great detail. There's ways to do this that you could have put things off. Oh, we weren't told how to do it. Well, you just took it. You know, you just said, hey, delay my payment, and that wasn't good enough. So people are starting to suffer the consequences, and there's hope. There is no hope because it's like a prison movie where, oh, we're gonna get you out, don't worry. Okay, well, okay, get me out now, okay? These people that are 2 weeks away from imminent doom, and again, you're gonna see 8 or 10 million houses that are in this shape, plus the rental units, plus the small 1 and 2 landlords that cannot afford to handle not getting rent for 16, now 17 months as we enter this time, okay? Share your thoughts, guys. What do you guys think about Cleveland? The Cleveland Indians, what do you think? Now, does the Cleveland Indian stuff become collector's items? Is that like worth more because it's Cleveland over the Cleveland Guardians of the Galaxy? Tell me. See how crazy that is? That it breaks right on the sand. So, needless to say, you've got to be a very experienced surfer to do this. I'm going to end this video right here with this story. What do gas, fruit, televisions, wash machines, cars, car rentals, hotel rooms, energy of all kinds, fruit. If I didn't say that, I repeated myself, I apologize. What do they all have in common? Very simple. They all went up since January in price. This is the first time in history since they've kept records that this many businesses raised their prices, and it's 48% of all polled small businesses raised their prices in May and in June. Okay, that's unheard of, guys. Okay, inflation is taxation. Don't think it's not. I had someone write me, they're on a fixed income. We're in a heat wave here in Southern California. You can't really tell by an overcast beach, but we're in a heat wave right now. These poor people wrote me and said, Dan, our electric bill went up $200 in 1 month, 200 bucks. Now, guys, that's outrageous, guys. That is, you know, where does that money come from? You have X amount of dollars a month, you spend it, here's your bills, and you got to squeeze $200 out of it from someplace. Well, you got to cut something back, like eating, to make sure you have electricity, because here's the thing about the electric company. If you don't pay them, they will shut you off. So, you know, they're relentless. They're not thoughtful in any way. And it goes back to the civility thing. So, again, I know everybody's feeling this. I know you're feeling the pinch. You know, I appreciate each and every one of you guys for being here as we hit, you know, close to 100,000 subscribers. It's a very, very exciting time right now as I watch these kids surf out here. Okay, very cool. I'm gonna do this without getting wet. Please don't forget the like button, hit the subscribe button, share this with all your friends and colleagues. Look at those beautiful waves. So, this is Newport Beach. Again, guys, onward and upward. I will see you guys very soon. If you want to join the Patreon and get more access to me, join the Patreon channel, okay? I will see you guys very soon. Good luck to everybody.